Peace, y'all. Nate Jolly, POE the gang. You see, we outside getting our nature on, melanin glowing. Oh my God, you can see my forehead beaming, but I'm glowing. Okay, glowing. So today's video, man, I wanted to talk about patience. I think it's something that being in this digital era where everybody wants everything right away, and if you manifest and you want things to happen like as soon as you think about it. And I think as a collective, we're moving towards that, right? But I think we don't really understand the value of being patient for something, right? So what is patience for real? So I think that patience is not necessarily waiting for it to happen, because when you're waiting for something to happen, it almost seems like you're kind of like hoping it happens, but then there's a part of you that realizes that it may or may not happen, right? Or that thinks that it won't happen. But when you apply patience, there's a certainty that that thing is going to happen. So whenever we think about patience, it's like, oh well, I'm gonna wait for something to be presented to me and this, that, and the third, and I don't know, I'm gonna just be patient. Like we connotate that like we're hoping it happens. We don't know if it's gonna happen. When the reality is, when you're manifesting something, the most important thing when manifesting is that belief, that inner knowing. Numerous people talk about it. I'm not gonna sit here and try to preach to you the power of belief. But when being patient, right, there has to be a inner knowing. So patience is really knowing that a thing is gonna happen. Listen, y'all, we outside. So if something fly by me, I'm gonna have to square up. Like, but when we're being patient, there's this inner knowing that we know something is gonna happen. We know this thing is already given to us. Now we're just in this in-between stage. When Nipsey ever explained the marathon, he was always like, you have where you are now and where you're trying to get to, and you have all the things that happen in between, right? Whenever you have a goal, you have the goal that you're going to accomplish, and you have where you are right now and the goal that you're accomplishing, and you have everything that's in between. So the marathon is you dealing with all the things that happen in between, right? So when it comes to patience, you have to live in the energy that the thing is going to happen. So what are you doing in between to not only act in the way that thing is going to happen, but also, essentially pass the time, right? This thing is going to happen. You're not hoping and wishing on a star. You know that this thing is going to happen for you. So in what ways are you acting that ensure that this thing happens for you? And honestly, that's really the message. Like, when it comes to patience, know that it's going to happen. Just live as if it already happened, right? Live as if, like the thing is going to come around the corner tomorrow. But you have to have this knowing, you have to have this belief that this thing is going to happen. If you don't believe in it, then, you can't. That's why, there's an importance in people saying it's all about the journey, not the destination, right? Because where you're going at the end of the journey, right? What that journey is going to end up for you. So now you're at the point where all you have to do is just walk the path. It's going to happen. Where you're headed. The reason for everything that happens to you is to get to this end goal. So just enjoy the parts that come with it, and enjoy the ride, whenever you go to an amusement park, right? Let's say you get on a roller coaster, right? Where you're starting at, and the end of the ride is going to be pretty much, the end of the ride is coming, right? So if you're at an amusement park, you're on a ride, on a ride, you're going to start someplace, and then eventually that journey is going to end, and what it entails when it ends, right? So the whole point of the amusement park is to enjoy the ride, right? So our life is kind of in the same way. If you have a goal or vision for yourself, where it's going. You know exactly where you headed. You know exactly what it's going to entail. It's all about you just enjoying the ride and enjoying creating this thing for yourself. And, you know, be patient. There isn't a rush or anything like that. Everything moves on its own time. Because we have social media and we can watch any and everybody, we think that, oh, it's supposed to happen like that. Nah, fam. Like, everyone and everything moves at its own pace. You know, observe nature. Observe how nature moves throughout the seasons, how birds migrate, how things grow and die and then rebirth and so on. Like, your life is the same way, bro. Like, nature is probably one of the best teachers. And, you know, I had to get my son in, so most definitely. But that's pretty much all that's the only message I have for you guys today, is to just be patient, realize that the thing is going to happen, just enjoy the journey as it unfolds. So I hope you have a good day or night whenever you're watching this. Get some sun today. It's a beautiful day, at least where I'm at. So if it's the same for you, definitely go outside and enjoy yourself, enjoy that sun. And if it's not sunny, be happy that you're alive and you're able to function and still pursue something, you know, or become something. I always go back to this quote from old mentor of mine: be before becoming. In order to be a thing, in order to become something, you have to be it first, right? If you want to be a boss, start acting like a boss now. If you want to be a great artist, start being a great artist now. If you want to be a master at something, take the steps to become a master now. Don't wait till later. Don't wait till an imaginary circumstance is gonna just magically make you be what you want to be. I think even as a collective, we're waiting on this catastrophic event to happen that propels us into the new world. Like, fam, if you want to live in a new world, create it now. Like, what are you waiting on? Life is waiting on you. Once you make the decision that you know it's going to happen and then walk as if it already happened, like, you well on your way to seeing magic happen in your life, man. So that's pretty much what I got for you guys. And I'm going to continue to sunbathe a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Get some of these downloads, whatever like that. And enjoy yourselves, man. Don't be hard on yourselves either. I'm kind of hard on myself sometimes, but don't be hard on yourself, man. I promise you, it's not as hard as you make it out to be. For real. Peace.